and welcome to the next segment of What's
Lurking in the Loft? It's a new segment actually, isn't it? So where we're going to feature some stuff that we've actually found lurking around in our mum's loft.
In your mum's loft?
Your mum's loft,
My mum's loft. There's lots of stuff that I used to collect many years ago, and you collected a lot of stuff.
Yep, most of it's from either stuff we had in the 80s that we shoved up there, or noughties to 90s basically.
A lot of 90s stuff.
A lot of 90s stuff, yep.
A lot of 90s stuff, but a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of different toys and collectibles and
prints and limited edition collectibles.
Even old
VHSs, yeah. So if you like the sound of all of that and are curious to know what we've got, stick with us. So, great. So for this first segment, we thought we'd start with some collectibles.
Yes.
So these are mostly my collectibles, although one or two are yours.
Yeah, but a lot of it is your collection, isn't
it? So I was mostly 90s, I think, wasn't it? 90s to early 2000s. I'm a big collector of Todd McFARLANE collectibles when he started doing movie franchises, and I was already a big fan of Spawn. If you don't know Todd McFarlane, he's from the Spawn Image Comics franchise. So he created the Spawn character. Really cool character. You may have seen the comic books and that. So if you like the comic books, he started creating Spawn figures. And then into the 90s and early 2000s, he went into film franchises. So you'll find the likes of Freddy Krueger, The Crow, Army of Darkness, all sorts of stuff. So movies, then that's what you find. So
but there's really great art.
Really great artwork in the 90s on Image Comics.
Look at these
characters. When Todd started creating a character and doing his own comics himself, I think I have some early ones. Well, yes, here I have issue 2. You can see how the franchises, and this one's from '99, I think, how the franchise has changed, but the artwork's amazing. And this kind of inspired the figures line, really. So I guess one of the first figures we'll show is one that you're going to show, which is one of the early Spawns, I guess.
This is a Spawn that we found, obviously, in one of the many boxes that we had that were passed away. It's quite cool. It does actually wings do stretch, but his face especially is really good, and he moves his arms. It's really smart, and we're not 100% sure, if we remember, because it's a long time ago, if this particular Spawn character had any weapons. So he may have done.
A lot of the stuff we found in the loft, unfortunately, has bits broken off. Todd McFarlane toys were very fragile. And so those that weren't in a box accidentally got broken, so we've got to give them a little bit TLC.
Yeah, but this was really quite cool. So look at that.
Back in the day, I knew where all of them were from, all the comic book covers.
She's very good. So.
But over the years of collecting and shoving stuff in the loft, I'm not quite sure which ones. There were some original creations, so this could possibly be one of them. I think it was supposed to be like a new agey Spawn.
Oh, it's really cool.
And if you're not familiar with the character of Spawn, it's Al Simmons actually gets burnt and died and becomes a general of hell. So this particular figure has got half of Al Simmons' face and half of Spawn's face. If you're not quite sure and you like a good movie or a comic book adaptation movie, you could try the Spawn movie from 1997.
Yes.
I believe.
I think it was quite good.
It was a decent film. It was quite good attempt at making.
I think it was very good, and the person
there have been worse.
Yes, definitely has been.
John Leguizamo, I think that's his name, was a brilliant clowny.
Obviously,
character.
I remember this person from the Mario Brothers film. Obviously.
Oh yes. He was Luigi, I believe. Was it?
He was Luigi in that, so that's who I remember him from anyway. But let's go back to topic. Well, that's the Spawn character, which is really quite cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can't find like, just to give you an idea of the artwork, this is Spawn. No, that's really good art in itself.
Yeah,
I believe because these are the early ones, some of them were Todd McFarlane's original designs and artwork. So yeah, that's the first one. Leading on from that, I have a sealed Sam and Twitch, who are those characters I've shown you on the front of the comic book. They're two detectives, and they are helping to keep Rat City under control.
But then they look really good, don't they?
But in this case, you've got two figures in one. They're ultra action figures, and Sam has got his donut.
He's still got the old logo, because I don't think he had the logo like that.
Yeah, this is the old McFarlane Toys logo, based on the McFarlane comic, and this is a Japanese model, Japanese one, and it was 2-in-1 deluxe edition.
That's good.
So it's really nice and detailed, and
the boxes obviously see better days, but obviously...
yeah, unfortunately some of the boxes, but it's still sealed in the box. It's not been taken out,
that's
so
quite good.
that's quite a lucky find, that one.
That's good.
I didn't have that out.
I quite like that. It's quite good.
And it's a Japanese exclusive. Yeah, so Series 7 figure.
So very good.
Yeah.
That's very quite cool. So I've got something else. So I go.
What have you got?
We got this from not from
So
Spawn.
this is one of the ones I talked about. So this is when McFarlane Toys crossed over into the film franchise. So this was the Movie Maniac series. There was 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And so this one is The Crow, and it came with a stand in the background and the figure. I don't know if you can see that. We'll take some pictures as well, I think, which we'll show on here, because they're really great detail.
Yeah, they are brilliant.
And I was a big fan of
The Crow was an awesome film. I do like it. The music.
A great comic book as well by James L. Barr.
Did like the comic, and I did like the movie.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of some of we've got the Scream on the back here and some of the horror series. We had Army of Darkness.
And we do have.
We do have The Spy Who Shagged Me, which will feature in another video. You may just about see some of Austin Powers in the background.
Yeah.
But this one's still sealed in the box. Is the only one that didn't have out of the box, so quite a rare find.
So that's a quite good one as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I really like this one.
So that's quite good.
So that's quite good there. One that I did have out of the box because we had it on display.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have our Army of Darkness ones anymore.
No,
But we did keep this one because we both love the film. Both love Kurt Russell. And just to give you an idea of what the figures are like, this was Escape from LA.
Look at that.
Snake Plissken. And we do like Snake Plissken as well.
That is this detail in
itself. Which is the detail on this. So you get a mini movie prop poster, and it's a stand, and then you have the figure, but the detail on the face. Again, we'll take some footage or pictures of these just to show you the detail on the figures.
So really got good.
And again, he has a few more guns that we need to find in
but
boxes.
These moves already, it's really
but his lower torso moves, so you can pose him.
So it's really quite good. But yeah.
Any which way.
Any which way, but no,
couldn't decide whether we wanted to be called Snake or Plissken.
Obviously, that always reminds me from the Metal Gear Solid
Metal Gear Solid, yeah. Metal Gear Solid creator.
Don't ask me. Names escapes me.
Kojima, is it?
It's so many. If I do remember, I'll put it down below.
Metal Gear Solid creator was heavily influenced by Escape from LA and Escape from New York.
So really cool.
So there's a little twist in the game, isn't there, where he says, "Call me Plissken," and in the John Carpenter film, he says, "Call me Snake." So I always like that little bit on YouTube.
Yeah, it's very good.
But yeah, it's one of our favourite film franchises, those two. And well, John Carpenter's good films anyway.
Well,
so.
it's obviously most of the things as you
Recently,
realise from my other videos, The Thing was very good.
The Thing,
Yeah.
brilliant film. Again, Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China, which is another classic. We really enjoyed that one. That's really
Big Trouble.
Little China. So that's very good. So talking about games, there's another particular one. So that's the next subject basically. Resident Evil.
This is from the first series, I think. So the first series of Resident Evil games.
Look at the detail of that as well.
The guardsman, is it? With his little hat on the back, his little knapsack.
So that's really quite cool. And
the famous and recently reprised in the animated movie that we talked about.
What was it? The new Resident Evil CGI movie, which I highly recommend you watch if you love Vendetta. If you love Resident Evil films as a whole, actually so much better than the actual motion picture ones as a whole.
If you're a fan of the franchise, check them out.
Check them out. The first bit at the start of it, where you see the mansion, brings back so many memories when I used to play the PlayStation version. It's spit an image of it, so check that out. It's really cool. But anyway,
but yeah, just a little hint. These guys do feature in it. These dogs.
They're really cool, aren't
they're
they?
probably the only part of the live action film that I was quite impressed with. At the time.
Yeah. But look, he's even got his bones coming out of it as well.
Yeah.
So it's really quite good. So that's on that kind of sort of thing. And let's go back onto film kind of scenario. Really, it does have
one of your favourites.
One of my favourites is Little Nicky's obviously sitting on a radiator, which is really quite cool. He does actually, it
has a base somewhere.
He does have a base, but as I say, we get into finding more stuff. But he has a base, and he used to have the
Mr. Beefy.
Yeah, Mr. Beefy. But he was part of the set as well. He used to make a little sound when he was snoring in that scene in Little Nicky when he's on the radiator, obviously. And
la 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 la.
And then he yes.
That one, yeah.
That's the one. So that was
a very creepy one.
But yes, I quite enjoy that film. So as to say, I do like some side of the films. I say not all of them are brilliant, but some of his early ones are brilliant. So, but there you go. That's a few of my little selection.
That's covering the film franchise, and then again they produced some standalone independent things. And for me, I've always been a big fan of dragons and dragon riding and things, and I'm a big fan of the Anne McCaffrey Chronicles of Pern book series. And
don't forget the Dragon Rider game on the Dreamcast which hunted high and low for that little beauty.
It's very rare, made by Ubisoft, but it is based on the Chronicles of Pern book series. So TV Loggers more out there. If you like dragons and you've not read the series, it's a good book series to read. Victoria, maybe Chris too. Not sure which one of you might like it. So they made independently. They made and created the arts team, because it is the arts team that designed McFARLANE Toys. Was a dragon series.
These are detailed,
and I have
aren't they?
3 of these figures.
Do you want to hold each one and you show one as well?
And they're, again, extremely detailed. I mean, they're based on themes.
That's the first one.
The first one was kind of a sorcerer sort of dragon, and he's got little pentacles and symbols on his wings. Their heads move, so you can kind of give them different expressions. And this one's got a crystal ball and a long tail. This one was based on a dragon rider and a knight riding a dragon. Kind of reminds me of the game Lair. Some people thought it was a very, very bad game on PlayStation 3. But the storyline, I really enjoyed.
But the control system was shocking.
If you overlook the control system, the storyline, graphically, it was amazing. But the control system, yes, I agree, was highly annoying, and I nearly threw it at the wall. But if you love dragons, you persevere through it. So this one was kind of a dragon and his rider on top of a building.
Really quite good, isn't it?
Which is crushed.
I didn't actually notice the little rider on there before.
Yeah, so you've got a little dragon rider. I don't know if you can see him, it's very tiny.
It's really good.
And each of the dragons has their own unique character, their own pose, and all the details. So that's 2 of them. And then the other one I've got is not a dragon as such. Some people would say it is a dragon, but actually, do you know the difference between a dragon and a drake?
No, I do not. Educate me.
If you're a big fantasy player or fantasy in the world of dragons, you know the difference between a fire drake and a dragon. A dragon basically has wings on the middle section of the body and 4 legs.
Okay.
And a drake has wings on the legs. So it has basically 2 back legs and 2 wings sections, which this one is. This is a fire drake, and I really like this one for the character and the pose that it is.
It does look very mean, doesn't it?
It's very mean.
Very mean looking. Look, don't mess with me meanness. No.
Yeah.
It's really quite cool. As I say, these are really nicely done and really lovely. And luckily, these are still intact.
So this one's fawny, isn't it? It's kind of reminiscent of the one in Harry Potter.
But the way the
Hungarian horntail, I think,
Yeah, they think they might have had a kind of. Do you think they might have had inspiration or something for obviously
Harry Potter? Well, possibly. These came out long before.
So we don't know. You don't know until
we got to that film. So,
that's really quite good.
But these are based on dragons of legend. So you had earth dragons, fire dragons, sorcery dragons. So I think there was maybe 2 series of those, but I only collected those 3.
Yeah.
With that one.
So you want to go into your last little bits down there, love?
So the last ones that we've got again is going backwards and are based on Spawn, but again an independent rollout by McFARLANE, which is really, really impressive. One of my fascinations, and I think we're both fascinated with Japan and China, and I particularly like samurai things.
Yeah.
So I was really taken when I saw these models, and I just had to collect them. Again, some of them need a bit TLC and are missing slight parts, but
really
overall they've aged really well. And these are the samurai collection.
If you can see the detail on
they
all
have
this.
Little hair, little plaits, the detail on the armour is amazing. It's actually based on real samurai armour. And they're all, again, you can pose in several different ways. They hold weapons. I do have the weapons, but they're again in a few pieces, and I need to fix them back up, sadly.
Look at the detail on these.
But even the armour and the boots have all got their own little characteristics based on samurai armour. So this one in particular has hair, plaited, and hair on the back.
Yeah.
And again, the only way you tell they're linked to the Spawn franchise is the green eyes. So I don't know if you could actually see and it's in focus, but the green eyes on there.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So this is that one. There was an archer. I used to be a big fan of the Onimusha games as well. So I think this is around about the same time, which again probably led me to want to collect these.
That was a very good Capcom game.
It was a very, very impressive game franchise.
Yes.
I do miss that. I might have to collect those again on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
But this one is an archer, and again he's got very different samurai armour, and this colouring is red and blue and gold. And so it's all based on traditional samurai armour.
And it's just the strings or whatever, so it's really quite cool. So it's a smart.
Yes, he's got actual arrows and he's got an actual bow.
That actually is very flimsy.
Pull the wire.
To be honest with you, we're very surprised this has lasted this long.
Yeah,
but
that one has stayed intact.
See, some of them are really quite cool.
Excuse me while I bend down and pick them up because they're quite fragile. This one, another one again, a samurai one, completely different armour again. They all have different armour. I quite like the little aggressive, wolfy looking face on this one. I don't know if you can see on the camera. We might have to take some high-res pictures of these and feature them, just because of the detail on them.
Yeah, the face on that is actually...
the helmet reminds me of Big Trouble in Little China. You know when he got the guards at the end when he's going for his wedding ceremony.
Very good.
And it's that kind of style.
I like that. It's very good. Very cool.
So yeah, there's that one. And I think I collected a whole lot of these. This one's looking even more rotten and dead. And one of his joints is a bit loose. But again, all the joints move independently, which is really good for McFarlane toys. And he just has a really sort of zomborific face.
He does, doesn't he?
But again, he's got fur on his armour.
Fur, yeah. Really quite detailed, doesn't it? On his armour's fur.
Yeah, kind of samurai Han orientated.
It's really cool looking. Look for his skull and his face and the rest of it. And
he's got kind of it's almost like he's been hit in the face by an axe, isn't it? Sort of a split down it.
It's really quite cool. He's been in a few battles and his arms is just really smart.
One of the female characters in the Spawn franchise is Angela. She's a warrior angel. And so I guess this figure is based around her. And so she's kind of got more of a samurai sword. And also Angela's big axe at the back here, the warrior angelic blade. And so she's got geisha kind of facial paint on.
Yeah, definitely. Look at that.
Japanese Chinese symbols. And is a sassy looking pose. But she's the only woman in the samurai line.
Really quite cool.
And again, the armour
do fall off.
Does come off. The unfortunate side of Todd McFarlane collectibles is that they're very fragile and that the bits do come off very easily. And the last one, which was probably one of my original favourites, was this one. And he's a nice red gold colour, and again he's got lots of fur on him and details. I particularly like his boot, with the dragon, the warrior dragon face, and yeah, the helmet and things. Yeah, I'm not sure which is your favourite out of these.
Well,
I think you like them all, don't you?
I like most of them. As I say, as I didn't have obviously Louise's collection, but when you see these in person, they're absolutely phenomenal, especially the detail on these skulls. And I do love this one. This is very quite cool. But as I say, there's another particular one which I do like, and I can show you if I can find it. So you've got, trying to get them. Oh, so this one, this is it. This one I love.
You love the one with the plaque.
I love this one. This one is epic because the way that the things. Oh, I think they might be brothers. It looks like because they have the same sort of boot.
Yeah, to gather this one's probably a general, maybe judging by the colour on his. Unless this is a light one and this is a darker one.
Yeah, but this the way his helmet is, the way his face expressions is, and his weapons and his boot.
I do love that they're fully articulated at the hips and the legs, and so you can, like much of today's action figures, for the time they're fully articulated and you can pose them any which way. In an action pose, and it's amazing, really.
I think it's brilliant.
So yeah, we do like these, and we rediscovered these, and these will be going in a cabinet.
These were going in the display.
They're too nice to keep in a box.
Yes, exactly. So that's basically our McFarlane.
So that's McFarlane Collections collection, McFarlane Toys collection.
Basically, this is a lot of this is that Louise's kept. She's got. I've got a few of them, but not as much as Louise has. And it's still very awesome that we've got all these sort of things to share with you people, because some of these things here, people have never seen. So it's great to share with yourselves. As I say, we'll be doing a series of videos as going along for all different things we've got, for all different things. So
I mean, let us know. Have you seen these before? I mean, possibly you've seen the movie ones, but have you seen the samurai ones before? The dragons, are they new to you? Do you like them? Or yeah, do you collect any yourself? There
you go. This is our collection. We will be doing the next video. Hopefully it'll be maybe next week. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, keep on collecting.